Well, howdy. Nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, me twisting my hands oddly in the air for reasons I do not fully understand. It just happened. I was going to do this, didn't. Thumbs up, software crash, I guess. Anyway, it's a brand new day. Definitely a thumbs up. There's stuff I have to do today. I mean, I just want to make some phone calls, and I can't even remember why, but there are some extra things, so it's a good thing. And of course, time keeps traveling. Just a couple months back when the summer was at its longest and the days were very long, it was getting bright at 4 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Well, I wake up well before that, but finally I'm just too sore and awake to lay in bed anymore, so I get up at about 5:30. It gets close to 6 o'clock before it starts getting light outside, so thumbs up. And of course, my dentures barely fit, so I'm really struggling, but it costs money to get them repaired, and I don't even have enough money to buy food for a full month. So if I get my dentures repaired, then that's $200 worth of food and pain control I don't have. But if these things break, of course, then I can no longer eat. So yay, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't pay bills, I can barely buy food, so yay. Anyway though, not trying to be depressing. I want to talk about other depressing things instead. This one really depressed me, and I was very, very sad out on walkies the other day. It was a video on how the Age of Quasars is over. Now, this is once again a science/astronomy/astrophysics thing, so hopefully it's not going to be too boring. But a quasar is a very, very bright object out there in the universe. We've wondered what they were for a very, very long time. We're pretty sure that we know what they are, and that they largely, not all of them, but a lot of quasars are this. Black holes are intensely bizarre and amazing. Huge gravitational fields. Some of these black holes, their accretion disk, which is any large amount of mass. I mean, that's where our planets and our solar system came from. A large mass, they'll be eventually, boom, it'll coalesce in the middle into a sun. And then from there, all that mass outside, it can't just fall straight inward, begins to orbit, and it falls into all this matter, becomes a disk. And then this disk, because it's orbiting around the mass, either coalesces into things like planets, like we did with our sun and system, and every other normal system out there, or like a black hole. As this matter is falling inward and getting trapped, it releases huge amounts of energy. And there is a ton of energy inside matter. I mean, after all, it's, the bombs that blew up cities weren't thousands or millions of pounds of stuff. It was just relatively small amounts of radioactive material that let go of all the energy inside of matter, and cities melt. There is a lot of energy in matter. So these things, these accretion disks, one black hole and its accretion disk, as the matter is falling inward, can be a quasar, and that it gives off more light and energy just from that than the rest of the galaxy that the black hole is in. So there are these huge just quasars out there in the universe that are just massive amounts of energy. And I've thought about this thing because it's true. That's the way the universe is. There's all this weird and wild and woolly stuff out there. And then there was this video that I became really, really sad over. The Age of Quasars is over. Long over. I was sad when I'd heard a bit ago why, that there's no more star formation. All stars that are ever going to be in the universe have formed by now. Little things like in our galaxy. Yeah, there's still gas in our galaxy, so star formation can still happen. And I'll talk about that too. Because all of these things out there, all the quasars, are largely because they're so far away from we're getting light from 10 billion years ago. Such like that. ancient stuff. So all these things happened a long time ago. All the stars in the sky are just fossils, because that was 10 billion years ago. And that's used up everything. We even have pictures. There are a lot of different types of galaxies. There are two of the major ones. There are spiral galaxies like ours that are filled with gases that are still making stars, and then there are the elliptical galaxies. All the gas is gone. It's been used up. All made stars are all eaten by black holes. There are a lot of elliptical galaxies from 10 plus billion years ago. So all of that stuff was happening billions upon billions of years ago, and a lot of the gas was already gone. Most of the universe out there is already cold and dark. The stuff that we can see that's coming in that's so old, that happened so long ago, those galaxies are just cold and dark now. 90% or more of our universe is already cold and dark and gone out. When we hear about, off in the future, the far distant future, it'll be cold and dark and sparse, and it's already there. It's already there. All of those fascinating bright things we see out in the sky, long time ago, they went out. Most of the universe is cold and dark and will never be light again. It's just going to get colder and darker. So I was pretty depressed about that. I mean, it doesn't affect us. I mean, even if we lived a very, very long time, even if we colonized the galaxy over billions of years until we took it all over, the rest of the universe isn't going to affect us. I mean, we can't travel there. We'll never make it even to the Andromeda galaxy, the closest thing to us. So it isn't going to affect us, the fact that the universe is already cold and dark out there. Most of it, not all of it. But, oh boy. And of course, our universe is larger than we see, because as has been pointed out in many of these science videos that I watch, this is just the visible universe, what we see. That's light that has been taking all this time from the very beginning to reach to us. There is light that will never reach us. Expansion is happening too quickly out there, and so it'll never reach us. And this is the fun part. Expansion in our universe is such that if one thing, let's say an explosion happened here and another explosion here just out in space, and they were 1 millimeter apart, when this happened, they'll never impact each other, because so much space is being created through inflation in our universe that it's like if you started here and you started here and you were traveling at light speed and this other place you're trying to go was 1 light year away. By the time you travel 1 light year, inflation has created 10. So in that year that you traveled 1 light year, you're 10 light years further away from where you were headed than when you started, and you traveled a full light year. It takes to another year, you travel another light year, now there's 20 light years. Even if, as stated, these things were 1 millimeter apart and blew up, so much space is being created between them, they will never impact each other. That's our universe. A future of cold and dark. And it's already out there, except we still see the fossils in the sky. The light is taking so long to reach us that long after these things are gone and cold and dark, we're still getting the light from the fossils. Thing is, though, as well, even though it's kind of the end, it's also not really the end still for a very long time, because white dwarfs, stars, white dwarfs, brown dwarfs, and all that. There's all various types of dwarf stars where they cool down, and like our sun is going to become a red giant, and then it's cooled down, and it's going to eventually become a white dwarf, and then a brown dwarf, and then it won't give off enough light that you'll be able to see it anymore. but it will still give off heat, a very small amount. So there's a possibility that on the very, very cold rocks orbiting these barely warm balls, there might be some life still sustained for a while. Again, none of this impacts us, but it still made me sad. Thumbs up. And then, of course, I wanted to talk about, really quick here, and of course, thank you if you watched this far. It is greatly appreciated to no end. I like to talk, and it's good that some people watch. I know most people don't. The bulk of people stop watching all videos at about 3 minutes, so if you watched this far, thank you so much. One last thing that I wanted to talk about, I talked about this with my therapist, and I heard about it online, and it made sense, because it was about, I can't remember what the subject was. I don't think it was politics, but it still had to do with why extremism is so prevalent online, and it makes sense. If you choose a side, if you plant a flag and start making videos about your side, if you are far to the right, you're going to have all those alt-righters climb around you and just like your stuff, and if somebody comes and attacks the alt-right, then you as an alt-right YouTuber, you're going to have the alt-right viewers come out and attack and defend. So your view may get attacked, but you have a ton of people coming out to defend. And if you're on the left side and you get attacked, then you've got the leftists that are going to come out and defend you. And let's say you're in the middle. Let's say you're not even online. You're an American president who's not way far left or way far right. If you do something, you're going to get attacked from the right. You're going to get attacked from the left. You've got both sides. If you're online and you're a centrist, you get hit from the right and you get hit from the left. There's no one to defend you. If you are a centrist, if you have a middle-of-the-road opinion and you're online, you're going to get hit from both sides. Whereas if you choose a side on a subject, if you get attacked, you still got all those people that'll go, oh no, don't you dare. So nobody likes getting attacked. Nobody likes feeling bad. And people like being, defended. So it makes sense to be more extreme than in the middle. Joy? I personally don't know what's going to happen, which sort of ties into this whole, people say I should be streaming on Twitch, and I think I should, but at the same time, Twitch has become dangerous right now. There are hate raids that go on, where if you are semi-marginalized, like if you're black or Hispanic, or if you're anything but white and male, you are likely to get Twitch hate raided, which is where a channel sends not just all of its viewers, but the Twitch security is such that they can send hundreds and thousands of bots using fake Twitch accounts, because it's so easy to make, that they will just flood you. So many of these creators have like 4-hour streams where they can't even do anything because they're spending 3 of the 4 hours trying to deal with the hate raid. Especially since you can get doxxed and they flood your chat and they just push out everyone else, and channels out there are getting banned because of what's going on in chat. The people that do the chat, the hate raids, the people that send the bots, the people that do the things, they're fine. Their victims get banned off the platform because of what's in their chat. So right now, I'm not too thrilled with the idea of streaming on Twitch, but I still want to stream. So I'm likely going to be streaming here pretty soon on just YouTube. So I'm going to be reading up on how to do that. And I'm going to be trying to do that because I want to do more of the just chill out, relax, and talk to people sort of thing. And sort of I try for a relaxation mode when I'm doing things, well, pretty much all the games that I do, but especially things like Minecraft. And I like that vibe, and I want to do that vibe on a stream. So I'm likely going to be streaming on YouTube, just so that I don't have to even deal with the headache of Twitch right now, because they know about it. They know it's an issue. They know it's a problem. And they're not doing anything about it. So, yay. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab. Going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I am not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one. I do answer as many as my executive dysfunction will allow. I'll get there. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, and so much more, I'm sometimes like I can't even remember what my name is. But we have Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Louie, greatly appreciated. We have Dan Games, thumbs up and thank you. Confused Owl 29, I understand how that goes. Ether Lore, LORBRERBAUM, thumbs up and thank you. We have Landon McManus, not yet, that was 5-6, there we are. Zach Goodrich, thumbs up and thank you. Kendoriku YT, thumbs up and thank you. Das_mangy God, thumbs up, thank you. No Man's Marv, greatly appreciated. Cosmos, thumbs up and thank you. We have Floramu, always good to see you in the comments, and that is it. 12 people who left comments in the last 24 hours. Thumbs up and thank you, each and every one of you. Getting me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. Sometimes very few people, but even that's better than no people at all. So thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. It is appreciated. And while my hands are in the air, somewhere, depending on the device you're watching this on, is a text description for the file. The video. Inside, I have all sorts of links to things like Twitter and Facebook and Patreon.com. And if you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I do have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, I do have an Amazon wishlist link. And I'm pointing, even though I don't know what device you're using or even if you can see the text file. But still, thumbs up if you could check that out. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Thank you very much. Hopefully I said that halfway correctly. I have a feeling I didn't, but you know, hey, fibromyalgia. Fibro fog for the win. So it's stated. I got stuff I gotta do. I got stuff that I want to try and do. I just got life ahead of me. Hopefully I can get phone calls made. That would be good. And hopefully your day will go well as well. But always, 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 because the Covfefe bug is raging and the variants are dangerous, much more so than the original, please don't go out unless you have to go out. If you do, try to maintain your social distancing. Wear a mask around other people. Try not to touch your face when you're out and about. Wash your hands frequently. Get vaxxed if you can. September I can't even remember. It was like April to May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Right around January or so-ish. I'm hoping to get the booster. You're supposed to get about 8 months after you get your second shot, if you had the 2-shot series. So I'm going to get it. Please be smart. You don't need the lifelong complications if you survive. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, trying to keep my eye on the little camera lens. And that is, well, quite frankly, a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that.